All right. Hello, New. Are you there, New? Thank you for coming.
Hello, teacher.
How are you today?
I'm good.
Good, good. Thank you for your homework. I read your homework. Everybody wrote good stories today, so we can read all the stories. And we have Le Nyok Bao. Are you there, Le? Oh, it's Hu Kong. Kuang, you have a different name. Okay, HC. It's a cool name. How are you, Kuang?
I'm fine.
Good, good. Thank you for coming today. I also read your story, Kuang. Many of you had interesting fantasy stories that I enjoyed for Kuang and New. New, was your story fantasy or a true story about yourself?
It's fantasies.
Yeah, I thought it was a fantasy. It's fine to write fantasy, you guys. Fantasies inspire your imagination. So if you're busy at school and you want to take your mind to a magic place, that's why fantasy is really good. Okay, so many people are late tonight. What we could do is let's read Kuang's story and New story. Since we have so much time, we can read these stories. So I'm going to put your stories up here first in the homework. And we have, let's see, the fantasy story. And who is this? This is Fantasy Story by Min. Okay, did Min join us yet? Let's see if Min is here. No, I don't see Min, so I will stop that one until Min comes. Kuang, there you are. All right. And let's see. Kuang. Okay. Let me just check my messages in Zalo in case somebody is late today. Sometimes they say, teacher, I am late. Okay. No, it's a message to please join the meeting. That's fine. All right, Kuang, are you ready? You can read for us if you'd like.
Yes.
Okay, here we go. Let me do the share screen for Mr. Kuang. And if other students come late, they understand that we're just reading, that's all. So this is kind of fun. We get to read for Kuang and New and me, just three people. That's kind of fun, you guys. Okay, are you ready, Kuang? Here we go.
Yes. In a faraway kingdom, there were two brothers, Alex and Jim, and they were very happy. But one day, their parents were caught by a dragon. They were very sad, and they decided to find help.
And then Kuang, this is first they arrived.
First, they arrived at a very dangerous jungle where they met a tiger who was going to kill them. They were lucky a very strong man came to help. He killed the tiger, and then the man asked, "Why have you two right in this dangerous place?" They explained it all to the man. Finally, they asked, "Can we join your army to kill a scary dragon?" And the man agreed. Then they met an archerist group were locked in a prison. They talked to Alice and Jim, asking, "Can you help us? Can you help us to escape? If you help us escape, we will you to do anything you want." So Alex and Jim helped them. Next, they went to another country to ask the king, "Can we borrow your army to kill the dragon and to help my parents?" Unexpectedly, the king agreed because their father was best friend of the king. Suddenly, a dragon flew to the castle and attacked them. They had a very long war, and finally they won and helped their parents.
Very nice. We'll call that castle. Castle, castle, castle. There you go. Nice work, Mr. Kuang. Kuang, now do you see this part here? You talked about a jungle, a very dangerous jungle. And you did everything right. You put lots of dialogue in here, like, can you help us to escape? And there's quotation. So you put dialogue in this. It's really good. Kuang, you did a great job. Here they are, more dialogue here also. And then Kuang, for today's lesson, we're going to talk about a very dangerous jungle. And that is where the story takes place. So it's called a setting. And that's the place where the story takes place. So today's lesson, we're going to talk about the setting to make a really detailed description of where the story takes place. So Kuang wrote one paragraph here, but if your teacher told you to write 2 paragraphs in school or for a contest or competition to write a story, you could do one whole paragraph of 5 sentences describing the setting. You could describe what the jungle smells like, what it feels like, what it looks like. What it tastes like is a little bit strange, what it sounds like. So Kuang, was the jungle a quiet, scary place or a little bit noisy, scary place?
It tastes too salty.
So,
It tastes too bite.
Jeffy, wait a minute. You're going to take a bite of the jungle? Can you do that?
No,
What if you ate like one of the insects, one of the bugs? Would they taste salty in the jungle?
no, I ate the fruit.
So, all right. So I introduced the topic for tonight is going to be setting, but let's read some more of these stories because you worked hard on them. Hey, Draffy, what's the name of your story?
Mm,
We have in the fairy.
the dragon by the window.
Oh, the dragon one. Yeah. Okay, let me get that one. All right, I'm going to go back to the original Zalo place where Draffy put his story because it's way up high. Dragon by the window, Mr. Is a dragon by the window? There are 3 dragon stories, you guys. We have Min, and we have, let's see, where is that Draffy? Draffy, you just gave me your homework. You said this is Kuang's. And then we introduced the new topic.
I think that a dragon is too fantasy, so
Yeah.
so everyone will take the dragon.
Everyone wants the dragon. It says, please check my homework by
Fantastic.
Draffy. Yeah, Draffy, yours is called Dragon by the Window, right?
Yes.
Okay. And so here it is. We'll do the dragon by the window. Wait 1 second and save that one. And now I want to do dragon. Draffy, you wrote just a silly story, but that's okay if it's a silly story. Sometimes silly stories are really good stories, Draffy. Okay, so here we go. Just a silly story. Dragon by the Window by Mr. Draffy. All right, there you go, Draffy. I'll make it a little bigger. Okay. Ready? Oh, by the way, Draffy, make the window, it's a title, so we'll make this a big W, okay? Okay. Hello, Mark or Min. Are you ready, Draffy?
Just a W.
Can you see it?
Yes.
Okay.
Just a silly story.
Yes.
Luna started out the window and yelled, "Look, a dragon is flying by." Max, busy with his book, didn't hear her over the loud thunder. The next morning, Max noticed strange footprints in the garden. He scratched his head and wondering, why is everyone missing? And what are these marks? Luna appeared with a smile and saying, "I told you about the dragon last night. See the tracks?" Max looked at the footprints, amazed. "I can't believe it. I thought you were just imagining things." Luna choked. "The dragon must have left these behind as a sign. Isn't it incredible?"
Very nice, Draffy. Really good. And Draffy, you got this chuckled. You didn't say, she laughed. You said Luna chuckled, which is excellent. You use yelled, noticed, scratched his head. So you have some wonderful verbs here. Luna appeared. So this is great writing, Draffy. Draffy, you also put lots of quotations. So you did exactly what the thing said. Now, what I was talking to Kuang about is you said stared out the window. So for tonight's thing, and I'll just quickly use yours, we'll do not question because there are no questions. It's just dash, 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 dash. Here, if you had to add 3 to 5 sentences for like a long paragraph or paragraph number 2, you could describe the window of the place they are in. Draffy, do you want to try? Can you describe where are Luna and Max? What kind of house is it? Or is it a castle? How can you describe this place? I'll put it in. What do you want, Draffy? A tree house, a castle, an old restaurant? Where are they? Do you know? Oh no, Draffy's not here. Draffy, where are you? Draff.
At the house.
Okay,
Just
house.
a normal house.
A normal looking house. And where is the house? In Vietnam or in New York?
In the space.
In the States? In the US?
In the space.
Oh, in space. Oh my God.
No, space.
Yeah, I know, but so everything's going to take place in outer space, like in a space station. All right. Normal looking house floating in outer space, Draffy. Look, a dragon is flying by the space station. All right. It's kind of cool. But Draffy, I'm curious, if it's in space, can you see dragon tracks in space? So that might be a little difficult if you put the house in space. How about on the moon? Do you want to do it on the moon? Because Draffy, if you look here.
What?
Look, Draffy, if you put
Yes.
if you put the house on the moon, then you can see the dragon's footprints. But if you put the house floating in space, you can't see footprints in space, right?
Ah, but the footprint can fly.
Yeah, so he's applying, maybe he flies and he bounces on the ground and goes back up. So you could put it on the moon because you could see the footprints in the moon dust. Interesting. All right. It's very good work, Draffy. Thank you. I'm going to save your changes. And again, you guys, I'm preparing you for tonight's lesson is all about setting. We're going to do setting tonight. We'll talk more about that, I promise. Setting, where your story takes place. What does it look like? What does it smell like? Who lives there? Why is it a special place? If I can get this to work, right? Okay, CC, are you here tonight?
I'm here.
Hey, CC, how are you?
I'm good, teacher.
Good. Hey, CC, would you like to read your story you wrote here? It's about Kevin and a monster. So this is another great, you guys love your fantasy stories, which I think is wonderful. Here you go, CC, go ahead.
One day, Kevin got back home from school. Kevin saw a dinosaur screaming in front of his house. He was scared and so shouted and cried, "Mommy, are you there? A monster is in my house." Sam, Kevin's mother, was alarmed, rushed out the door, and was surprised to stand before the giant dinosaur. Sam came over to Kevin and hugged Kevin. She cautioned, Can you help me?
This should be just let's whisper. Let's whisper. Okay.
Let's whisper. Don't worry, let's pray they go away. After 5 minutes of praying, a magic thing happened. The dinosaur disappeared. Mother and child were happy and had dinner.
Very nice, CC, because you put in some really good dialogue here and here. And of course, we'll describe the house. Hey, CC, what kind of house is it?
Can you say again?
So we have in front of the house. And so for tonight, we're going to practice where your story takes place with more details about the house. So can you do more details about the house? Tell me what kind of house?
House big and many trees around.
Uh-huh.
Was big and many trees around the house.
Okay. Hey, Cece, can we do by many beautiful smelling pine trees? So do you see we're really setting the setting here?
Yes.
And then
Homework is very short.
no, that's fine. We can add to it. Even though the house was in a peaceful, quiet place, because now we know it's quiet. And then we would write this, Cece. We could write Kevin was scared. You see, so outside it's peaceful, but Kevin is very scared about something. So what we did there, Cece, we added to the setting. We have a nice smell of pine trees, and it's a quiet place, so we know smelling and hearing, right? But now we know that Kevin is scared. So do you see how we made it longer? And so that's like a good way to make it longer, Cece. And that's doing the setting, which we're going to do more of tonight. Okay. Hey, where's Mr. Min, who goes by the name of Mark? He also wrote a dragon story. Mr. Mark's story. It's called Where is Mark? Mark. Min Hung. Min Hung, where are you? I just saw Mark sign on. Where's the flying dragon? Wait, Min, where's your story? It's called The Flying Dragon. We have so many dragon stories. We have fantasy story. Let's see, who is this? Yeah, that's Mr. Min. Okay, so your story is similar to Draffy's. That's why it was difficult for me to find. All right, Min, are you there? Mr. Mark, with these interesting graphics in your fantasy. Hey, Mark, how are you?
I'm fine.
Would you like to read your story in blue? But we need to do this. We have to write by Min. Okay, Min, Mark, go ahead.
In another world, there is an ugly witch. This witch meddles with human dreams. In that world, humans are considered the most disgusting mammals. They have horrible body, a big head, a small body, long neck, and 50 foot on each foot. 50 toes on each foot. Sometimes the witch drops something and a human will touch it. There is a man named Hash and a woman named Kate. One day Hash said, "It's a nice day." Kate responded, "Let's find the witch's last treasure." In just 7 seconds, they find something. They shout, "Come here, quick!" They see a pen and it's glowing. They pick up a pen and start to draw. But they draw an apple. To their surprise, the apple appeared right in front of them. They are so shocked that they drop the pen and it breaks into place.
Nice, very good, Min. I really like it. Min, you put quotations in here too, so you have some good dialogue. It's a nice day. Let's find the witch. Come here quick. Very nice, Min. Now, Min, what I was talking to Draffy about and to CC and to others is expanding your setting for today. We're going to talk about the setting. So you wrote, in another world, you could write a very mysterious world. Min, what color is the air in the world? Is it blue, purple, green? What color?
It don't have color.
Okay, no color to the air. What color are the buildings in this mysterious world?
It's
Purple, green, black, white.
blue.
With blue buildings. Okay, that's cool. You like blue, huh? Because your story's in blue. With a mysterious world with blue buildings. And are there trees, short or tall trees, or no trees?
They're small tree.
Okay. Hey, Min, can the trees talk?
It can.
So the trees can talk? Min, what do you think?
I think it's right.
All right. It's up to you if you want to change it. So, Min, do you see I put 2 extra sentences in another world, a very mysterious world with blue buildings with very small trees. Some strange things are happening. Okay. The trees can talk and they send messages to a bad person. In this strange world, there is an ugly witch. This witch meddles with human dreams. So do you see? We added 3 sentences now, so it's actually a longer story, Min. And we get a little bit of the setting, mysterious world, blue buildings, small trees. Nice work, Min, or Mark. Good to see. Thank you very much. By the way, I like your computer graphics with your green face, Mark. Mark, what did you do with your green face? It's scary like the story you describe. Oh, no. Hey, it's Tintin here. We have somebody in our meeting today is called Just One. Who is the person one? Is that you, Tintin? Who is just one? That's kind of cool. Hello, one. Who is one? Can we find out who the mysterious one is? One, who are you? We don't know. All right, Fook, are you there?
Yes.
Hey, Fook, what's the name of your story so we can read it?
I don't remember.
Is it In the Fairy Tale World by Mr. Fook?
No, it's not a fantasy story.
Oh, I see it here. Let me see what format this is in. Oh, hey, this is all right, Fook. This is in the OneDrive. I don't know if this is the corrected version or not. So when I put this up on the screen, there might still be some mistakes in it. Actually, this is pretty good. There aren't many mistakes in this, Mr. Fook. All right, Fook, are you ready? You can read for us this story from the Google Chrome. Let me just make sure I have it right, if it will let me do that. All right, there you go. Oh, it's a little bit strange, you guys. Your screen sharing is paused. Stop the share. Hey, this is strange, Fook. It won't let me do that. I put in Zalo, I put your story into a Word file. So let's see. The original story, I forget its name. It was, it keeps doing that. It's jumping all over the place. It's called The Brag. That's such a great name.
What the what?
You called it The Brag. Your story says The Brag, right?
What? It's not.
It's not.
Yeah, the thing about bullying.
Yeah, it's about bullying, right?
Yeah.
All right, let me try it one more time. But your title, you called your title The Brag. All right, go ahead. Read for us, Mr. Fook. The bullying epidemic.
The bullying epidemic. Tom said, breaking news, the bullying epidemic is rising, making students experience depression. Now let's take a better look at this new problem of ours. So what is bullying anyway? Bullying is a form of aggressive behavior in which someone on purpose and repeatedly cause other person injury and discomfort. Bullying can take the form of physical contact, words, or more subtle action. We have 4 kinds of bullying: physical, verbal, social, and cyber. And what do we do to face bullying?
First, warn them of possible. First, warn them of possible revenge. If they say no or something like that, tell your mom or dad. But if you're at school, tell your teacher or even the principal. Then everything will be fine. Good luck and always say no to bullies.
Okay. And then maybe Tom finishes by saying goodbye to everybody. Because Tom is doing a school announcement. Hey, Fook, is he doing like a YouTube announcement or an announcement for the whole school to see?
The announcement for
Yeah.
the whole school to see.
Very nice.
But like the news. The news.
Yeah, but he's not using anybody's names. He's just talking about bullying as a problem, right?
Okay. Yes.
Yeah, nice work. Hey, did Tintin arrive? How about Dot? Are you there, Dot?
Yes,
Dot, Tintin didn't come and I don't know what happened to him. Would you like to read Tintin's quick story? It has all dialogue.
yes.
Okay, here we go, Dot. This is from Mr. Tintin, who always writes really interesting things from Germany. It could be that he's having problems signing in, so let me just quickly check the chat and see if that's Tintin. Min says, it has a picture of my favorite movie, so I like it. Okay, thanks, Min. All right, here you go, Dot. You can read. The person's name is Arwad.
One declared, yes, finally, I can stay at home for once. I responded, let's go. Taro shot back. If this would happen tomorrow too, it would be great. I added that's most likely not gonna happen because the weather forecast says so. Oh, why? Wonder. Taro just deal with it, replied one. The snowing ends tomorrow. I added, hey Taro, wanna hang out today? Sure, Chief Taro.
Yeah, good reading, Dot. Thanks for helping. Tintin, if you're there, if you are number one, I don't know who that is. Arwand is maybe someone at his school in Germany. It sounds like a Turkish name. There are many Turkish people in Germany, millions of them actually. And then Tintin, if you're here, and also Dot, who read it. Tintin, you said and asked and stuff, so I added more vivid verbs, more interesting verbs like moaned and chirped like a bird, and shot back is like called back to him really quickly, like they're talking really fast. So you can expand and make these, remember, you guys, we call them vivid verbs, more lively verbs, okay? All right, are you guys ready for today's assignment? Because I've been describing the setting for you, and I need somebody to read for me. Who would like to read for me? You can raise your hand if you like. Who would like to start with a reading for us? Somebody to read. Draffy, are you there? Mr. Draffy with the cool avatar. Hello, Draffy.
Yes.
Yes. Can you please read the blue part here for us, please?
Hello, everyone. Nice work with dialogue for your homework assignment. You remember to include a lot of dialogue in your stories. Dialogue is part of our continued work on personal narratives. Another important part of personal narratives where you tell a true or make-believe or fantasy story is the setting or describing where the story takes place. Be sure to use sound, smell, touch, or feeling, and visual what you see. Describing text may be a little more difficult. We will discuss that in one of the picture below. As many of you probably already know, the setting of a story support your story because it answers important questions such as how, what, why, and where. For example, where is this place? What is interesting about it? How does this place smell, sound, or look like? Why is this place special to you to describe? This why question is very close to what. is interesting about this place?
Yeah, nice reading, Daffy. Really good. Daffy, can you read the second part here? A story. Oh, well, Daffy, I can't get your microphone. How about Mr. Min, Mr. Mark? Are you there? Hey, Mark.
Yes.
Mark, can you read this blue part here? A story.
The story brings a feeling in the story. It can be scary, futurist like a science fiction, sa- romantic with tons or mood. For example, if you write a scary place, you might put the story into a setting with terrible lightning storm taking place in the middle of the night.
Nice reading, Mark, and good too, Daffy. Hey, Mark and Daffy, what do you think about this place? It's lightning, it's nighttime. Do you think it's scary?
Yes,
Yeah, so we
it's
can.
very scary.
I put this in the middle of America, you guys, like in where all the farms are in states like Kansas and Nebraska. They always have these scary old houses, and nobody has lived in these houses for like maybe 100 years. The old people die and the children move to the city, so they just leave the farm. It's called abandoning the farm. So those are always places for scary stories, right? Hey, CC, are you there? Is CC there?
I'm here.
Cece, can you read the first part? I wanted to make a scary story for you guys. So I like to write ghost stories sometimes. I used to read a lot of ghost stories, but I haven't written a ghost story since I was a primary student. So about 1 month ago, I wrote the Sunday night writing class a ghost story, and they loved it. And they always copy my story. It's a ghost story that takes place in Ho Chi Minh City, and it has a French-speaking ghost, and they love that. So, CC, I wrote you guys an original ghost story that I created. Would you like to read this?
Yes, teacher.
Okay.
Can we describe this place? Let's try. It was a dark night far out in the American Midwest countryside. Two girls from the big city were walking home after picking back Paris in summer. They were late in coming home to their grandparents' house, where they were staying for a couple of weeks because they were having so much fun. After walking a few minutes, a powerful thunderstorm with dangerous lightning quickly moved over the sky. The girls hate lightning and they want to run to an old house they saw about 500 meters away. They ran so fast towards it that they did not notice that the house had no windows glass and nobody had lived there for a very long time. They did not know which was more scary, this old house of the lightning crashing all around them. They decided to stay at the front door underneath an old porch roof. As they stood there hoping that the lightning would go away and feeling cold from the rain that had splashed on their shirts.
Yeah, very nice reading, CC. All the words sounded good. I made a mistake here. It says they didn't know this old house or the lightning. So, what was more scary, the old house or the lightning crashing all around them? Now, this is where the story gets kind of scary. So, let's go to Mr. New. New, are you there? Or that's Ms. New. Can you read the second part? It starts to get really scary. Here you go.
They heard slam noise inside the house. It sounded like an old woman stomping around inside. One of the girls, Kaylee, spoke up in the nervous voice, asking, "Who's there?" There was a pause, and then there was an old woman's voice. She laughed she laughed.
So shrill is like a high voice, a scary voice, like a cat's voice is shrill. Sounding very menacing means frightening, like she's going to attack them. All right. Would you like to read more? Fook, then they watched.
She laughed shrilly, sounding very menacing.
Yeah.
Then they watched as the woman's face started to shoot to appear in the dark old house. It was only her face, and she looked very mean. Kaylee shook to her sister Margaret. It's a ghost run without caring about the rain, and lining all around them. Whole girls dropped their basket of the blackberry and ran down the road towards their house. Behind them, they heard the old woman holler to them. Thanks for the blackberry, little girl. Come back anytime you like. And then the old woman laughed loudly and quickly. Ha ha ha.
Yeah, like an old witch. They laugh wickedly. Nice work. And so let's go to the last part here with Kuang. Are you there?
Yes.
Okay, Kuang, would you like to read this last part?
When the two girls got back to their grandparents' house, they were soaking and completely wet from the rain. Margaret hugged her grandmother tightly and cried, "You will not believe what just happened." She then told her grandparents the story, and they smiled sweetly and replied, "We should have told you about that old house. Nobody go there anymore, and many people have seen that mean old places. Ghosts smiling from the windows.
Promise.
Is not to walk by that terrible old wooden house ever again." Both girls nodded their heads and promising that was easy.
Yeah, they don't ever want to go to that old house. And so there are the blackberries, you guys. Okay, so what did you think? Draffy, was it a scary story?
A few
A
scary.
little bit. Yeah, a little bit scary. Okay. Not bad, not bad. All right. So here are some things you can describe for your classmates. Tell us what you can see in your own words. What do you see? What do you smell? What can you hear? Can you taste anything? What can you touch? Hey, Draffy, do you see these pictures? Pick a picture that you like and describe one of them for us. What do you see? What's interesting to you? We have the castle, the house of the future, the quiet forest, the tree house, the beautiful cabin in winter in the mountains, or a city neighborhood. What's interesting, Draffy? All right, I can't get Draffy. Let's try, let's go to Dot. Hey, Dot, are you there?
Yes.
Dot, from these 6 pictures, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What's interesting for you?
Uh, there are no people.
Okay, yeah, there are no people. Can you pick one picture and describe it?
I will pick the number 3.
Okay, this here, the forest.
Yes.
Okay, how can you describe this forest for us?
It has many plants and trees.
Hmm. Do you see any animals?
No, I don't.
Now, if you were in this forest, could you hear the animals if they were close by? Peaceful animals or dangerous animals?
Yes.
Yeah, you'd have to have very good hearing. What could you smell in this place? Would it smell fresh or would it smell old?
It would smell fresh.
After some rain, maybe, yeah. Would it be warm or would it be cool in this forest?
I think it would be warm.
Warm, yeah. Now, if you and your friends decided to sleep here at night, Dot, in a tent, you and 3 friends, it's like a big tent, would it be a peaceful place or scary place at night?
I think it would be a scary place at night.
So would you make a fire and keep the fire going to scare away animals?
No, I don't, because it would burn my tent.
Oh, it'd start a fire in the forest? Yeah, burn your things. Okay, good, Dot, very good. Hey, Mr. Min, are you there? Mr. Mark. Hey, Mark,
Yeah.
what picture is interesting for you? I have some more, by the way, if you're interested. There are 2 more pictures. Mark, what's this place here called?
Is that a cave?
Yeah, it's a cave. Do you think it's an interesting place?
No, I don't.
Do you think it's scary?
I don't think it's scary.
It's just a cave. Right. Hey, Mark, how about these pictures? There are 6 choices. Can you pick a picture that's interesting to you?
I think it's picture 4.
Okay, what is that place there?
It's
What's
a tree house.
Yeah, did you read the Magic Treehouse books?
No, I don't.
Okay, it's about a brother and sister, Jack and Annie, that have a magic treehouse. And when they go in the treehouse, the outside the world starts spinning around and around. And then Jack and Annie find themselves in dinosaur times, in ancient China, in Japan. They get to be ninjas. They go on all these adventures. And the Magic Treehouse has at least like 50 books, Mark, 50 or 75 different adventures. It's really interesting. All right. So, Mark, if you were in this treehouse, what would you hear? What could you hear in the treehouse?
I can hear the wind. It's the nature sound.
Nature sounds, yeah. For like birds or the wind?
Yes.
Yeah. So if you were writing a story about a treehouse, you could say, I can hear the wind and the birds. What would it smell like, Mark? How do you describe the nature smell?
It smells fresh.
Yeah, fresh. It's just like nice trees and natural. Now, Mark, if you could cook, like there's a small cooking place, a small kitchen, what kind of food would you cook for the treehouse, you and your friends?
I cook rice with egg.
Okay. How about hamburgers? Would you make hamburgers or chicken?
No,
Would you bring your own pizza?
no.
Yeah, okay. And then if you were high up in this tree, this is about 5 meters up, what could you see, Mark? Out the window, if you look out the window.
I can see the thing far away.
Yeah. And what do you see far away from the treehouse?
I can see a bird.
Yeah. Do you see any dinosaurs? Okay. Because in the original treehouse story, Mark, there were dinosaurs with Jack and Annie. Who does anybody know the Magic Treehouse stories? Because Magic Treehouse stories, they always include settings. It's good to see Tintin. Hey, Tintin, how are you? Tintin, are you here?
Yeah, I had a connection problem. That's why I couldn't join.
Okay, so Tintin, what we're doing is we finished talking about dialogue and you guys did a great job. Now we're talking about setting, where a place takes place. And you and I, we did this in our Sunday class about 5 months or 6 months ago. But now
Yeah.
now we're combining settings for the personal narratives with dialogue. So that's our goal for today. What can you hear? What can you smell? What is the story? This is probably 2 paragraphs for homework, you guys. So Tintin, can you pick? We have 6 pictures here, but I also put 2 extra pictures here. Mark was not so interested in the cave. He liked the treehouse, but I also put an old style Chinese tea place because I thought that's kind of cool. Tintin, what picture is interesting to you of these 8 pictures?
I would think the one in the forest.
Okay, yeah, this one, the student Dot also liked the forest. What do you think about this forest? Is it a peaceful place or dangerous place?
It looks a little ominous.
Ominous, great word, you guys. Ominous, ominous, dangerous, spooky, scary. What do you think goes on in this forest, Tintin?
I don't know, maybe like stalkers or skinwalkers or something like that.
Skinwalkers. Oh my God, that's great. So now the American Indians and Canadian Indians, they call them in Canada, they're called the First Nation people. Americans call them Native Americans. They said that these creatures like skinwalkers in the forest smell really bad. Have you heard that story?
No, actually, no.
They say they smell like dead animals and that you can smell them from far away. So if you get a terrible smell, you should hide because then you know a skinwalker or a Sasquatch or Bigfoot is coming close to you. Tintin, how about the sounds in this forest? What could you hear in a forest like that?
I maybe like sounds of bushes or sound of movement.
Yeah. Now, you know that war in the Ukraine, Tintin, the
Yeah.
Russians are really afraid of Ukrainian drones. So they hide in the forest and they can hear the drone above the forest. So that's also ominous, you know. I actually feel sorry for the Russian guys. They shouldn't be attacking Ukraine, but they also are really nervous about the drones that have bombs on them, right? Okay. Let's go to CC. CC, are you there?
I'm here.
CC, we have the 6 pictures. We have castle, a house of the future inside a protection bubble, the basic forest for camping or exploring, but it can be kind of dangerous. Both Dot and Tintin said that. We have the tree house that Mark liked. We have this winter house, really nice and warm. We have an American or British city street. And then we have this cave and we have the Chinese tea place. What's interesting to you, Cece?
I interesting with winter house.
Okay, winter house. And so what's your feeling about this place? Why do you like it, Cece?
Relax,
Yeah.
cold, chill.
Nice.
The
Do
end.
you think it's really quiet?
Yes, quiet.
Yeah.
I think I should live in winter house in Christmas Day.
Oh, it's nice in Christmas, yeah. Cece, have you ever been in snow, like heavy snow?
No, teacher.
Oh, snow is so beautiful, Cece, because my friends and I used to go to a park very close to my house, and we would go down sledding on sleds. And then when we got tired, we would go to a small house in the big park, and we would sit outside the house in the bushes and just relax. And it was so quiet. Snow makes everything so quiet, you guys. It's so beautiful. Not only does it smell really fresh, you could hear so well in the snow. It blocks all the city sounds, so you can't hear the cars. You can hear some children shouting in the distance about 1 kilometer away, going on the sledding. It's so much fun. So very good, Cece. Now, Cece, inside the house, would you and your friends or you and your family make fire?
Fire.
Like a fireplace? Do you know a fireplace?
Mm,
Here, let me show you guys.
no.
Okay, I'll show you
Ah,
a fireplace because fireplaces, you know, they have them. My sister has one, two of my sisters. You guys, all my sisters have fireplaces. Fireplaces. Some people use them. One sister doesn't use her fireplace, but the other three sisters always use their fireplace. So let's go to fireplaces. So Cece, you can see a fireplace in an American house. And then we probably want an old style fireplace in that house. So we would probably choose this one in that beautiful house. So there's a fireplace. So Cece, would you like a fireplace?
yes, teacher. All of house in America have fireplace.
Well, some do. They almost every house had these about 100 years ago. But like at my sister's house in Chicago, she closed the fireplace. She doesn't use it anymore. Her husband just doesn't like it because he has allergies. But about three of my other sisters love their fireplaces. There's Margaret, Colleen, and Kathy. They all use their fireplaces. And they're really nice, Cece. You can sit outside of them and drink hot cocoa or tea on winter nights and just feel the fire. It's so wonderful. And then there's all different kinds of wood, you guys. So you could, if we're talking about a setting of a place, we could talk about cherry wood. Cherry wood is this beautiful smell. It's from the cherry tree. So it is this beautiful red color. And when you burn cherry wood for fireplaces, let's see if we can find that cherry wood for fireplaces. It has there's just this wonderful smell, but I don't see the cherry wood here. It's kind of expensive to buy cherry wood, you guys, because the pieces are small. But in your fireplace, you have logs. And so for a fireplace, logs for fires, you go to the gas station and you can buy logs. You have to buy logs like this, and you usually buy them, they look like this, and they're natural wood, or you can buy, these are kind of made from sawdust from old factories. That's not real natural, you guys. This is the really natural wood, but it's a little bit more expensive. And you can buy this for about $10 at the gas station in America. And then you take it home and you build your fire. And people keep it outside like that. And then when it's time to make a fire, it looks like that. So that would be a great detail in a story about setting, if you chose that old house there. Very good, Cece. Let's do one more because we're almost ready to go. So we had Cece, we had Mark, we have Kuang. Are you there? Hello, Kuang.
Yes.
Kuang, of these 6 pictures, the old German castle, the house of the future, the forest, the tree house, the snowy mountain house, the neighborhood, or this one here with the mysterious cave or the old Chinese tea shop, what looks interesting to you, Kuang?
I think cave.
Which place is it? The cave?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Why do you like the cave, Kuang?
Because it's interesting.
Yeah, just kind of interesting and mysterious.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so for your homework, you guys, let me get you started what to do for the homework. For the homework, it's 2 paragraphs. If you can write 2 paragraphs, about 5 sentences each. So we have paragraph 1 and paragraph 2 with 5 sentences each. And what we're going to do is in paragraph 1, describe an interesting place, such as a castle, a forest, or a mountain cave. Answer these questions. What are the sounds? What are the smells? Is it a strange smell? What can you see? What can you touch? So for example, you touch a furry animal rug that you have in the cave. Like in this cave, maybe you have an old bear skin that you sleep on and you can feel the fur, which is kind of interesting, right? Right. 5 sentences. Paragraph 1. Next, put yourself or your characters into a quick 5-sentence story about this place. For example, Cece and Draffy were waiting for their friends in the Chinese tea place. The tea room was old and smelled of old wood and paper. But there was also a nice smell of strong black tea. Draffy spoke up. We're using the words like spoke up after being quiet and said to Cece, I really need some hot tea. I think it's really cold today. Just then, an old man came to the table. He asked, Draffy, what kind of tea do you want?
You know,
Draffy was shocked.
I don't know. I don't know. I think it's green tea.
He looked at the man's green tea. Oh, at the tea, and commented, "This is green tea. I want black tea." Then the old man started to smile kind of strangely. Draffy looked at Cece and he whispered, Cece, how does this old man know my name? The old man could read Draffy's thoughts. He said to see, he spoke Chinese to Cece. He shared an amazing story with Cece. Okay, so that's all I'm going to write. Do you see I wrote almost 2 paragraphs, but that's how you start. It starts in an old Chinese tea place. It was old, maybe a little bit dark. And it smelled of old wood and paper, but there was also a smell of strong black tea. The customers were all quiet, but they kept looking at the 2 students. Draffy spoke up. All right, so let's make this our other paragraph here. Okay, do you see I have 2 paragraphs and it's the start of an interesting story. we didn't know that Cece speaks Chinese, but that's what makes the story interesting. And so now the old man's going to tell a secret to Cece, but we're not sure if Giraffe understands, right? So that's what makes the story kind of like really interesting. Okay, so you guys, do you understand the homework? 2 paragraphs. One starts the setting of the story. The second paragraph has a little dialogue between 2 or 3 characters, okay? So it's not very difficult. It can be a fantasy story or a true story that really happened. Any questions? Okay, so of course I'll put your homework in Zalo so you can check it one more time, okay? And today's lesson. So let me say goodbye to Mr. Draffy. Thanks for reading so much, Draffy. You did a great job. Thank you, CC, and thank you, Min. Thank you, Dot. It was good to hear you, Dot. Thanks for coming, Tim. I'm sorry you were late, but thanks for coming. It was good of you to come. And Fook, very good. Kuang, thank you very much. Also to Kuang. The mysterious one, I don't know who number 1 is. Tintin and Nu, thank you very much, Nu. Okay, and I will say goodbye to you guys. Bye-bye, everyone.
Goodbye,
Goodbye,
teacher.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye-bye, Draffy and Dot. Bye-bye, Tintin.
Bye.
Bye-bye, Min, Mark. See you guys.